Hey everybody, Sarah, Thrifting for the Nest. Thank you so much for tuning in again. If this is your first time watching me, I buy stuff at the Goodwill and I sell it online either on eBay or Poshmark. So I like to shop at the Goodwill Outlet, which is the pay by the pound store, fondly also referred to as the bins. And I pay $1.29 a pound. I should really know that. It's either $1.29 or $1.39 a pound. It used to be 99 cents a pound, which is so easy to remember and to calculate, but now it's a little bit more than that. So, but who's complaining? Because I'm still selling stuff and still making a good profit. So, as some of you may know, if you're following sequentially, I just started YouTube back up again after a couple year hiatus, and I'm working on building my business, getting my momentum going again. I've got some financial goals we're trying to reach as a family, and eBay just allows me to stay home with my kiddos. I've got two grade school kids, two boys, 8 and 10 years old, so very busy. We have sports, we have activities. It's just easier for me to be able to stay home with them, and selling on eBay has allowed me to be home with them. I quit my corporate job when my youngest was born, and I used to be in label sales. So I wasn't a salesperson, I was a customer service rep, but worked at a corporation that made labels, and I specialized in wine. So I was in the wine label industry for quite a few years, and I loved it, but I just knew that that job wasn't sustainable for me as a mom and paying for childcare and all of those things. So I never thought that I would be a reseller, but back in 2012, the opportunity came my way to start selling on eBay, and I said, okay, if I can sell $200 worth of stuff a month, then this is worth me doing. And within a month, my sales were at $800, and so I was sold. So I went to the bins today. Did I say that already? Went to the bins today. I got 50 pounds of clothing to sell on eBay and Poshmark, because I do still do Poshmark. I love eBay. It is where all of my efforts go, but if you're going to be in clothing sales, Poshmark cannot be left off the table. So I also sell a good chunk of my items over there as well. It's just not necessarily like where my bills are paid, if you know what I mean. I'm always fascinated by sellers who sell solely on Poshmark and make a full-time income on Poshmark. I have not figured out the key to that success yet. You know what? I haven't figured out the key to anything, honestly. Let's just be real. But I do like to share my experiences with you all. I do like to try to help out the community, answer any questions about reselling. If you're new to reselling, if you've stumbled upon my channel and you're like, I've never even heard of this. Some people in my life tell me, I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know you could make money doing that. It's in my blood. I've been a thrifter, garage sailor since I was a little girl, honestly. Have always loved it. So anyway, enough chatter. Let's get started. The bins were good today. I was happy for Monday. I try not to go on Mondays, but this is just the only day I could really fit it in this week. And I was running low on inventory, so it was time to stock up, and it paid off. I'm glad that I went. So I didn't get a lot of shoes today, but I did pick up these. They're kids' shoes, and I always say I don't sell kids stuff, but they're the brand Play, Plae. And these do pretty well for me. I think they have a good following. They're worn for sure, but as a mom, I would love to get a pair of these for my kids. In fact, if they were my kid's size, I totally would have bought them for them, but now I'm going to sell them. And I usually put them up for 20 bucks, and I'll probably take a best offer. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Okay, this is not my typical stuff that I buy, but I love vintage clothing, especially 80s clothing, just so obviously 80s clothing. I love it. I have not figured out how to make good money selling it, but I couldn't pass this up just based on the style. It reminds me of something my mom would have worn in the 90s, and I think that's why I'm drawn to it. My mom was super, super fashionable and way ahead of her time in the 90s, so it's just this cute dress, and I don't know, you guys, this might not sell at all. It's not even like a cool brand, but the style is my favorite. I feel like I don't ever get to show you. There we go. That's a pretty good glimpse of it. I just love it. I love it so much. So I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So anything that reminds me of my childhood, I'm like, oh, I have to have it. So I'm always drawn to like the ugly knit sweaters that like my teachers would wear in the 90s. If I could build a business solely on selling that stuff on eBay, I would. So if that fashion could come back, that would be great. Although I went to a flea market this weekend, which was mainly clothing, and it was all that stuff, like all of it. So they're obviously going to flea markets to buy this stuff in Portland. Oops, shaking things. Where I live, but maybe not on eBay. But maybe on eBay, and I'm just not using the right keywords. So if anybody has any tips for me there, I would love it. Okay, so back to my bread and butter stuff. This is CWX. I used to find this stuff a lot, and I don't find it as much. It used to sell for a lot. I honestly did not look up current comps for this brand, so maybe it doesn't sell for anything anymore, but right now, I'm going to try it out because it used to be a really solid seller. Like their pants, their leggings would sell for 40 to 50 bucks for me without fail. I doubt that those will go for close to that much, but I could not pass them up. This is just a good basic Nike sweatshirt. I love this stuff. Again, I live in the land of Nike, so that's my bread and butter. Again, I buy stuff for myself because that's my work perk, and I don't need to show you what I bought for myself because that's not why you're here. Okay, I bought these because they're new with tags, and they're Seattle Seahawks leggings, and some fan is going to want these. They're not high dollar, they're not going to sell for a high dollar amount, but I could not pass them up. We're in football season, so here we go. Again, clothes for my kids. Okay, I bought this. I normally will never buy this brand. It's G&W. So again, not exciting. This is not a bolo. Do not quote me on that. But I love this sweater. It's like a cardigan. It's super cozy, and it's new with tags. So it has $80 MSRP, which means nothing. Honestly, this will probably sell for $10. But it's cozy, new with tags, and I like it, so I bought it. All right, we talked about this last video, LuLaRoe. It's not a thing anymore. Still drawn to it, and I did pass up some used LuLaRoe tops in the bins today. I did not, I left them there. And that's a hard habit for me to break. Is that, I don't know, other seasoned resellers, do you still do that? Like the trend will come and go, but you still buy it because you're just used to it being exciting. I mean, I used to pay $15 for LuLaRoe dresses at garage sales and flip them for $50 to $60. So that habit's kind of hard to break. But I got this because it's a Randy, it is a size large, and it's new with tags, and I thought it was cute, so I bought it. And again, with the LuLaRoe, but it's a dress, and it's a plus size dress. You know, and at some point, when this stuff just doesn't sell for me at all, ever again, I will probably stop buying it. I am very picky on it. I know it's not going to sell for a lot, but like I said, you don't tell the bins what you're going to take home. The bins tells you what you're going to take home. So that's what I got. I love this brand. This is just good, solid, consistent seller. It's Title IX. It's a skirt, very cute, a nice A-line stretch, like athletic material skirt. This is a fairly new to me brand. I saw some people posting about it on Instagram, and so I started picking it up, and I have done really well with it. It sells really quickly. I've had some new with tag stuff from this brand and some used. It's Lulu's, so maybe not new to you, but newer to me. And I've actually had people message, like when I post my items, especially on Poshmark, when I post, it's cute. It's like a formal dress with like a sequined waistband. People will message me about it. Like I'll get lots of traffic on my Lulu's dresses. People will message me. So that just tells me that people are looking for this brand specifically on both platforms, on both Poshmark and on eBay. This is Banana Republic. It's a men's sweater. It's a cashmere blend. Cashmere blend? Yeah, it's a cotton cashmere blend. Banana Republic men's has started to do very well for me recently. So I'm not sure, like it used to be something I would pick up and then not pick up because it wouldn't sell. But I have sold quite a bit of Banana Republic sweaters, especially their silk cashmere blend or their cotton cashmere blend. So it's a basic piece, but we're headed fall winter. So I'm assuming men are on the platform looking for those things. And that sells, I would probably not post that on Poshmark. I sold this exact coat like 3 weeks ago. It's a Columbia fleece jacket. It's a men's 3XT. So it's a larger size. Those do very well. It's a good basic piece. It's in excellent condition. I think I sold this exact jacket for about $25, $30 plus shipping. So it's a good, and it sold quick. It sold within like a week of me listing it. So I don't typically pick up H&M, but what I'm learning is that new with tag stuff is usually always worth buying. So, and it's the chambray style of shirt, which honestly I could pick this up in Target and Old Navy brands, and this style still sells fairly well for me. Although I have a Cloth and Stone chambray shirt that I've had in my closet for months and it hasn't sold, and I love that brand and that style sells well, so I don't know why it hasn't sold, but you know, again, you're looking for the right buyer. I found some bras, some good Victoria's Secret bras today. I won't show those, but pick up bras if it doesn't creep you out. It's good money. They weigh nothing. They're always in great condition and they're quick sales for me, and they list fast. Like I know if I have 40 bras to list, I can list them all in 2 hours easy. So this is kind of like I have to test the market sometimes. So because I shop at the bins, I can test the market. This is Vans, and it's a brand that I typically would not pick up, but I've noticed that on Poshmark it seems to be selling really well, and I think it's men's. I'd have to see it on a forum to confirm that, and I'm not going to do that right now. But I'm pretty sure it's a men's cardigan. So it's a good piece. We'll see. We'll see how it sells. Again, there's certain brands, like Roxy is a brand that I used to pick in my early days of reselling. I would pick up because I was like, Roxy's cool. All the cool kids wear it. It never sold for me, so I stopped picking it up. And then all of a sudden I start seeing it as one of those brands that's featured in Poshmark parties. And I'm like, should I start picking up Roxy again and O'Neill? Like there's these brands that I would never have picked up before. So sure enough, I picked up a Roxy sweater a couple weeks ago and I sold it on Poshmark for 20 bucks in 3 days. So I got to test the market sometimes or else I'm missing out. So always have to be flexible. This is for myself. It's an Under Armour tank top. All right. These are my basic bread and butter. You have to fill your store with stuff that you know are like sure sales. They might not sell for much, but they're sure things. And these Nike ThermaFit pants all day long, men's ThermaFit pants, I will sell those consistently, and they usually sell within a week of me listing them. So they're always worth me picking up if they're in good condition. I've gotten very picky about Victoria's Secret pink items. I remember the day when I could pick up these hoodies and tops and sweatpants and they could be destroyed, like completely pilled, giant stains on the hems, like missing drawstrings, and people would fight me for them. Like they'd fight people for them because I used to only run auctions. And those were the auctions. They would start at $3 and they would end at 30 to 40 bucks every time. And I was always like, what? Do you see the stain? I was honest about the pilling, but they loved them. And now it's not that way. I think the market is definitely saturated, so I am a lot more picky about which Victoria's Secret pink pieces that I pick up, but they are still in fashion. They're still desirable. People are still shopping for it. This is really cute. It's hardly worn at all. And this is really the quality of this is really what I'm looking for when I'm picking up this brand. This is a Nike Epic piece. It's just a basic athletic. The tag's out on it. I find in these seamless pieces, people always pull the tag out, but there's a printed label, as you can see, so I'll know what size it is. And then seasoned resellers may know this, or not. It actually took me quite a few years, embarrassingly enough, to figure this out. It's not in this piece, so I can't even show you, but I will tell you that there is usually a seam tag. This is seamless. hence no seam tag. But there's a seam tag that has the style number, and if you just do a quick Google search, you can usually figure out what the style name is. But I've sold enough of these to know that these are an epic piece, even though my tag is gone. Right, because the tag and those are in the collar. Anyway, you know what I mean. Picked up some American Eagle jeans. These do really well for me. They're consistent sellers. I try to pick them up in a size 8 or over, and they need to be a boyfriend or skinny style. I don't pick up boot cut because it just isn't quite as popular. So, but I will usually pick those up without problems. I don't sell kids clothes, but I sell kids Nike just because it's consistent. So I'm always after consistent. I just noticed that there's an ink stain on the elbow. If it comes out, great. If not, I'll probably donate it back or give it to a friend because, it just has to be in good condition. I've gotten to here. I think as the market's evolved and there are more resellers in the market, my stuff just has to be better quality. And it's not that I didn't care before. It's just that people didn't care before. Like 8 years ago when I started, I could literally list stuff with holes in it and people would still, because I ran everything auction, I would start it low and people would bid it up, and whether they took it in for repair or whatever, but I don't know what they're doing with it. So I'm always okay with that. Yeah, it's 11:30 in the morning and I'm drinking coffee because I did not caffeinate enough this morning. All right, we're down one bag, on to the next. This is a Nike polo shirt with embroidery, like personalized embroidery. I have no idea what Willow Lakes is, but I will sell it because it's new with tags. So I think men who are looking for just a good solid Nike polo, it's the dry fit material, they don't care if it's personalized or not. It will still sell. So here's another piece that I picked up, again, only because it's new with tags and it's plus size. So those are two, and it's a cute style. It has, I'm sorry, I'm not really showing the style of this piece. It's tied at the waist. There's tags attached to it. It's a plus size piece, so it should sell without problems, but not, did I tell you the brand? It's Inc, I-N-C, so not a brand I would typically pick up. These are Cabela's, which are very hit and miss for me. I almost didn't pick them up because they're women's. Cabela's men's does better for me. But they're in great condition. They look hardly worn, so I decided that they would be worth picking up, and they're just a flat front, like chino style pant. It is coat season for sure, and so I picked up this men's. It's just a Columbia lighter weight rain jacket. It's a double XL, so those bigger sizes, again, sell really well for me. And I built my business on Columbia jackets. Like, I would auction these things off like crazy. So it's one of those things I'm still drawn to all the time. And if they're in really good condition and larger sizes, even better. All right, this is one of the better pieces I picked out today. It's an Arc'teryx jacket. It's a fleece jacket, so not like the most exciting snow, water, windproof piece, but Arc'teryx typically does really well. Arc'teryx isn't always easy to spot because the inside label fades pretty quickly. So just know this little skeleton dinosaur. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's a lizard, dinosaur. I don't know. But look for that. It's always a good find. And it's a women's small, maybe even extra small. So it's not the most desirable of all the Arc'teryx pieces, but it's consistent. Okay, I picked this up and I didn't see the tag in it, but I was like, that's super funky, so I'm gonna grab it and look at it later. It's moth, it's Anthropologie, which surprised me. I see it now, but at first I was like, oh, I don't think I thought it was more of like a Bob Mackie, like art to wear piece. But this is Anthropologie, it's moth. The moth line still does really well for me for Anthropologie pieces. Sorry, I got blurry. This is a size large. There's a couple loose threads, but I can trim those up. It's cute. I think it'll sell well right now for the season. What is this? Oh, Lane Bryant. I always pick up Lane Bryant, especially when it's new with tags. It's a size 24. It's a Pont blazer. So super stylish, really nice. Obviously, it's new at tag, so it's in perfect condition. So could not pass up on that, even though it is one of the heavier pieces that I picked up today. Picked up these Columbia shorts. They are men's 48, so great size, new at tag. So a good amount of new at tag stuff today. I was really happy about that. And this is a brand I'm still kind of testing out. I used it, and I think I said this in my last haul video. It's Orvis, and it used to sell super, super well for me, and not so fantastic anymore, but it's a sweater, basic piece. Decided it was worth getting, and it feels like, I think it's wool. I think it's merino wool. Yeah, it's 100% merino wool. So you can't go wrong with that. All of those things. All right, J. Crew. J. Crew men's basic pieces always do really well for me. So this is like a cardigan sweatshirt. It's an older tag, but sometimes that's good. Sorry, I'm like backwards on my camera, so you can see it from that though, because it's a big tag. So this is a good piece. Those basics are good. I don't pick up kids' clothes, but it's really cute, and I feel like somebody has to want this adorable Disney baby Gap piece. So I picked it up because my family were Disney fanatics. My husband is actually the Disney fanatic, and because I love him and I married him and we do everything together, I am now also a Disney fanatic. That's just how this relationship works. This is a Kirkland jacket for myself. You don't care about that. But speaking of Disney, I don't know. I didn't look up current comps on this. There was one time when the Lauren Conrad Disney line was doing really well. I don't know. Maybe it's not anymore, but I feel like people are still going to Disneyland. It's my size, so if anything, I'll keep it, but it's a Minnie Mouse tank top, like button down tank. We don't have any Disney plans coming up anytime soon, but it's cute, so I bought it. This is just a basic camo Under Armour hoodie. These are good basic bread and butter pieces for me that always do really well. We are flying through this haul, you guys. Okay, swimsuits. Just like bras, I'm very, very picky about them. I will pick them up because they sell, but they have to be like almost unworn for me to pick them and sell them. So it's like a one-piece swimsuit, perhaps like a competition swimsuit. I've got to do just a little bit of research, but it's in great condition. I always check the rear of the suit just to make sure there's no fabric pulls, and then of course check the lining, because check the lining. All right, we are down to the last bag, people. Flying through these hauls. Where am I at right now? I thought it was going to tell me that it hadn't been recording this whole time, and I was going to freak out a minute, but it's still recording, as you can see. Okay, this is Mountain Hardwear men's piece. This is just a good men's basic button front. Mountain Hardwear is a bread and butter brand, again, that I pick up all the time when I can, and it's in good condition. This is a girls, I'm pretty sure it's girls. Yes, it's a girls North Face jacket. It's got a couple stains on it, but I will try to get those stains out with some pre-treater. Even if it doesn't come clean, I'll still sell it, just because North Face is one of those brands that'll still sell well. This is just a basic Nike women's sweatshirt. These basic pieces fill my store and keep my business running. This is a brand that does fairly well for me. Nobody really talks about it. I don't even know where it's sold originally, but Mondetta is a brand for me that I find every so often, and it does well. It's a jacket, and it's cute. It has like this ruffle in the back. So this is just like I bought it because of the style. It has to be in really good condition because it is not like necessarily, it's not Lululemon. But, so I'm picky about it. Lululemon is a brand that I would pick up with some flaws, and I would disclose them. Mondetta has to be perfect because somebody's specifically shopping either for that brand, for that style, because they're either loyal to that brand or they just want something that might look like Lululemon and not have the price tag of Lululemon. This is a Nike women's jacket. It's got fleece lining. Again, I will look up that style number. Let's see if I can actually show you the tag. And sometimes the style number won't show up in Google searches, and I will not waste my time trying to find it if it doesn't show up the first time. But it has, oh, let's see, there we go. So it's that 6-digit dash 3-digit number. There's a lot of numbers on that tag, but the style number is that 6-digit dash 3 numbers. On every Nike piece, it's always worth looking at. Okay, I would say this is probably my best piece that well, the Arc'teryx, but this is my second best piece then that I found today. It's a Ted Baker blazer. I do not like buying blazers. I don't always have really good luck with them, but Ted Baker, I couldn't pass up. So here's the tag for Ted Baker. Make sure that comes in clear. I feel like how long is too long to hold this in front of the camera until it gets clear. Dead air makes me uncomfortable on YouTube. All right, this is a Cabela's sweater vest. It's new at tags. Probably would not have picked up this if it was not new at tags, just because Cabela's women's doesn't quite do as well for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but they're new, and they're sock it to me socks. And my son loves basketball, but these are too big for him. And my husband likes beer, so maybe he'll wear these. I don't know, but I bought them. All right, here's a good Adidas basic sweatshirt. Nothing fancy about this whatsoever, but people are looking for those basics to add to their closet. Nike Pro pants always do really well for me. They just need to be in good condition. Always check the lining. Always check the lining. Make sure that things are clean. This is a Land's End down jacket. So this is a good solid find. Nothing super fancy. Down I will pick up pretty much no matter what the brand is, as long as it's in good condition. And this is in good condition. And Land's End is it's a decent brand to sell. It's not North Face down, but Land's End is great. Okay, this is Chico's. I love Chico's. I still do, you guys. People were always, before when I did YouTube, they're like, why do you buy Chico's? Chico's doesn't sell. It does for me. And you know what's really funny? So I started doing ThredUp this summer, and then they changed their payouts, and now I don't know how I feel about ThredUp, but I would send in the Luxe, the Luxe pieces. I would do ThredUp Luxe. If you're not familiar with it, maybe I'll do a video on it sometime, but there are lots of other great resellers who have covered in detail how ThredUp and ThredUp Luxe work. So go look those up. Because I'm not going to go into too much detail about it right now. But what I found with ThredUp is the two brands that I sold the most of in my Luxe boxes, because you know how you can send regular brands, non-Luxe brands with your Luxe brands, Chico's and White House Black Market. And those are the two brands that don't always do great on eBay. So, but consistently, I sold every, not payout, but like sold on consignment, every Chico's and White House Black Market piece that I sent into ThredUp. So there's a market. Okay, I love these dresses. I love them. I sell them. I pick them up all the time. This dress is not necessarily something that somebody would necessarily say, oh, this is in style. It's not, but there is a demand for them. So it's Laura Ashley, vintage Laura Ashley. So it's this tag is the one you want to look for, and it's these floral dresses, and use the keyword modest or modesty, and they sell for good money. So check comps on that. I will typically sell mine anywhere from $40 to $80 depending on the style. So I love finding Laura Ashley vintage dresses at the bins. So I bought 2 of them today, because usually where there's one, there's more. So there's one there, and then this is a corduroy dress. I will say that I have a corduroy Laura Ashley dress in my store that's been sitting for quite a while. But I'm still going to keep buying them. All right. Super fancy. These are dirty, so I'm going to wash them, of course, because I only sell clean items to my customers. They're PFG shorts. They're men's Columbia, size 42. They need to be washed. And then shout out to my friend Justin at the bins who hooked me up with this awesome Levi's men's 3X denim jacket. So I will put this up and sell it on eBay. Very excited about it. So thanks for that, Justin, if you're watching. I know you don't watch YouTube resellers anymore, but just in case. Give credit to where credit's due. That's it, guys. That's my $50 or 50 pounds at the bins. I spent $65 for all of that stuff, and my profits, I will make a profit. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not going to do that math, but I know that it works. This formula works for me. So that's that. That's my haul video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share on Instagram, tell your friends. I know there's a lot of haul videos and reselling YouTubers out there, and I'm just adding my voice to the conversation. So I just appreciate it. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. So hopefully you learned something. Feel free to drop out a comment in about what you learned or something you want to share about what you've learned about your own experiences at the bins or other stores. I would love to hear it. And tune in again another time. Have a great week. Thanks.